on Zoom, and we are recording here on YouTube. So, just rubbing your palms together. We won't do a full tune-in, but I will. Anything you have, you can put your hands around you, you can imagine that you're scattering petals. You can say that I am connecting to something so beautiful. That just the way that a petal draws something in towards it, its whole purpose is to say, here I am, take this is beautiful and I want more. And so you put something around you. Put something around you so that that's what you're gathering in, that's what you're making more of. And then come to lie down on your back. That we are aware that this isn't just moving our physical bodies, that we're moving ourselves so that something greater than our physical body can come in. Draw your knees into your chest and rock out a little bit side to side. And the right leg long and the right hand overhead. Open and close your hand. Flex, point your ankles, toes, wrists. And then reach like you are standing in the right heel and shake out the left knee. 5, 4, 3. And how that little shake starts to open the right side. And then bring it in. Left side goes long, left hand overhead. Open, close your hand, roll your wrist, flex, point your feet. And then shake out the right heel. Up, up. Reaching out long through your hand. Opening through the rib and the hip. And then bring it in. Open right and out. Open left and out. Inhale right, exhale center, inhale left, exhale center. And just beginning. And your feet are very strong. Drawing your toes back. Finding a rhythm that's very simple, very steady. And you can feel that you're moving the inner organs, that you're sort of massaging the abdomen. In this whole series, this idea of regroup, of coming back to something that really puts us together. And so we have to get the insides moving, get some momentum. You can keep it right here. We'll go 10 more, or lift your head and shoulders, holding the shin or reaching past your heel. It all depends on where you're at. For 5, 4, 3, we know these warm-ups. 2, 1. Put your arms wide, your feet flat, let your knees softly move around. Feel the soles of your feet, feel your fingertips on the floor. And then draw your right knee in a great circle, and your heel if you like. So it can be a bent knee, can bend and straighten. You can reach out into the heel, keeping it straight. This is up to you and your hip exploring. And then reversing direction. Again, start bent knee as you like. And then reaching into the heel. And it doesn't need to be the maximum circle you can make. 3. Just starting to feel that circle all the way into the abdomen and into the side waist. And then we'll pause and change. So the left knee circles and the right foot is flat. You make space in the hip and in the rib. And then the leg extends out and you begin to explore the hamstring through the calf, the arch of the foot, the length of your toes. And reverse your direction. And playing, bending the knee, straightening the knee. Where does it go? How does it go? 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet are wide. Extend your right heel out to the right. So it's as wide as the mat. Right hand behind your head. And lead with your heel with a little bend of your knee. Tap left hand to right heel. And then take the heel wide. So it turns in and then the knee points up. The right knee turns out and then points up. And the heel turns in and then turns down. So there's a rotation through the thigh. And we're using this little rotation to begin to free up the hip socket, the rotation of the femur bone all the way up into the pelvis. And we'll go one more. And set it down. And bend your knee, keep it wide, left heel wide, right hand overhead. Turn your heel in, rise up, knee turns out. And just start to feel that little pivot. The top of the femur has a big head. And the head of the bone fits into the pelvis. And when we sit and walk, it doesn't get used. And so we're using this to sort of move around the joint fluid, the synovial fluid in the left hip. 5, 4, 3, and a little bit of heat. Good, and then feet go down, tap out your heels, wag your tail, tap your tail, let it bop around side to side. And then left knee down, right knee bends, and the right knee widens. And then the right knee drops across to the left. And it widens. And it drops to the left. Doesn't need to touch the floor on either side. It's absolutely up to you how far it goes. But I'm starting to use this to turn through the hips, to turn through the spine, to rinse through the navel, opening the inner hip. And then as you're wide, press the right leg to straight, to bend, and across. Opening, to straighten, to bend, and across. If it's too much, bend your left knee and keep your left foot flat to the floor, and that will give you a little more support on the left side. As you're ready, continue there, or keep your right leg straight and bring it across. And open. Now, can you keep your hips square to the floor? Opening and closing. 3, 2. Each time, navel to the spine, emptying out the low belly. One more time. Bend your knee, left hand, right thigh. And give it a beat. And back into the center. And now the right leg goes long, and the left knee drops open. Shake out your right knee, flex your left foot, and from there you go across and open. Across and open. And so we're building standing poses. But standing poses have a balance element, and balance fires our muscles to hold us in place. So we want to open the body before we do standing balance. Straighten your leg to the side, bending and across. So if we build tree here on the floor, and we find its form before we ask it to balance, the tree will open so differently when we bring it to our feet. And it will truly root us instead of making us feel more tippy. And now, keeping the legs straight as you can, you'll go across the body and back. So all of these are a repair for how much we sit. All the sitting in our day. 3, 2. Feel it all the way out through the arms wide like a T. Excellent. And then as you drop it across, maybe catching the knee, finding the twist that supports you, and into the middle. Good, feet flat, hips center. Feet flat, feet together, knees together. So as you drop your knees open, you come to the outer edge of your feet and just let it rock a little bit. And then drop the feet flat and hug the knees together. So opening and closing. As you close, draw the low back into the floor. And as you draw the low back into the floor, draw the low navel into the floor, the low abdomen, so that you're really beginning to find this low abdomen space. and hug the knees and then open and then hug the knees. And feel how this is coming into the pelvis and connecting the pelvis and the low back. So we're moving up and in a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Widen your feet a step, lift your hips up, and now open, and you're on the outer edge of your feet, and then hips up, knees towards each other. Open and towards. So the knees may not meet, and you're just gathering the knees in towards the center. As your knees drop open, the hips will drop, and as your knees come together, the hips rise. And there's a hugging, a rinsing through the space where the hamstrings meet the glutes. 3, 2, good, 1. And as you set it down, straighten the left leg, bend the right knee and make tree. Right hand to right inner thigh. Left hand to left ribs. And roll the midline open, you're now in tree. Left foot as though standing. Right hand helping the right knee open, helping the right hip open. Take your left hand overhead. Palm faces the sky. 3 breaths. The breath all the way into the pelvis and all the way out, smoothing the inner thigh, if you will. Opening this very deep space. Svadhisthana, the pelvis, the place of our desires, our dreams, our exchange. When we sit and we don't open the hips, this space gets closed. Left hand down, feet flat. There's neutral. Right leg straightens, left knee drops open, left hand left side, right hand right ribs. So use your right hand and roll the right side of the body down and stand in your right foot. And use the left hand and smooth out the left inner thigh. And see if you can begin as though you could broaden between the right hip point and the left hip point, the whole midline of the body. Right hand overhead, 3 breaths. Breath all the way down into the pelvis. Good. Letting go, hands down, knees bend, knees to chest, shake out your feet. And just that much will make such a change as you walk through the day. Roll forward and back 3 times. So we're just having a little more time to really warm up the parts of us that get compacted, that get out of balance. Set a block between your heels so that you can kneel. And you'll take one hand over and one hand over. So that was the inner aspect of the thighs. And now we're finding the outer hips and outer waist. I'm just going to walk right up the body. Beginning to turn your chin up under the armpit. Touch your shoulder as you go by, which draws your elbow closer to your body, which begins to lengthen the tops of your shoulders and the side of your neck. And close your eyes, we'll go 10, 9, 8. And maybe it opens up, maybe it gets a little quicker. Maybe you just let your elbow fall. 6, 4, 3, yes, 2, good. So the upper body and the sides of the spine, open the left side down, which means the right foot comes forward. Rock forward onto the ball of the foot and the heel. Under the ball of the foot and the heel. And rock back and put it down. And rock right and put the left foot down. And rock forward the ball of the foot and draw back. So ball of the foot. You're opening through the foot, through the calf. Good. Reach left. and then put it down. So foot down, rock forward, almost off the heel, and then reach and change. Foot down, rock forward. And as we do this, we start to really create better connection between the sole of the foot and the Achilles tendon and up through the calf. As you go, can you broaden across the ball of your foot? Spread your toes. Spread your toes. Our modern shoes close our feet, and so we don't have good balance, and the balance starts in our feet. We're going to go one more each side, but this changes so much. And as we feel out of balance, feel tippy, it affects us emotionally. Rock forward, spread your foot, spread the toe box of your foot, and then bring it back down. So as you reach this time, lift your hips up, and then sit it down. And the other side, and lift it up. Dropping your hand behind you as much as you need to find the floor. Hips up. And now coming into the fronts of the hips and the hip crease. Across the chest and the back for 3. For 2. One more. Excellent. And we'll just step it into dog. So set your blocks up at the top of the mat if you've got them. And find your dog. And now as you walk out your dog, just feel the space you've made. Your feet, your toes, the legs, the hips. Widen the stance of your feet and let your hips rock out side to side. Knees are soft. And so you're taking the opening of the hips through the side ribs and the spine. Drop your head. And you're letting the mobility of the hips encourage the spine and the shoulders. 3, 2. We're going to make a little bit of heat. Walk your feet back towards each other. Onto the balls of your feet, knees are bent. Find your high plank. Draw your knee to your chest. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees wide together. Fold to the floor. So as we make a little heat in the body, it uses the oxygen. Rise up, and it naturally builds the breath. Down dog. Hands and knees. Our circulation begins to build. Rise up. So we can use the asana postures as stability. Keep going. And we can use the movements for circulation and strength. And put ourselves back together. One more. Good, and down dog. Stay for 3. Land. Soften your knees. Imagine you're rotating your thumbs into the floor. You're rolling your outer arms back towards your heart, and you're pressing into the floor. Knees stay soft, heels are lifted. And step your right foot outside of your right hand. Bring your blocks beneath your hands. Give yourself a little height in the hips. And then lift off. Go a little forward and go a little back. Again, opening the feet. Good. Right knee forward. Put your knee down and lift your left heel. If you need to, put your blanket under your knee and now lift off. And I'm working to keep my right hip very quiet. So I'm really just interested in the left side. And I lift it up and I firm that leg and I bend the knee and I draw the heel in. There's the hamstring and then there's the quadricep. Good. One more time. Bend your knee. Heart forward, heel up. Heart forward, lunge. Heart forward, lunge. Hips a little up, lunge. So when you lift up, the legs come towards each other. As you bend, the knee goes forward, the heel goes back, the heart goes forward. Go 2 more. Lifting and lowering. And then let it be very light. 5, 4, Good, good, good. Last time. Yes. And put your right hand to your right thigh. Hug your inner thighs. Turn and raise your right hand and make a circle with your right hand. Clearing. It can be a small circle. It is exploratory. Keep the lunge in the legs. Open, close your right fist. And then bend your elbows. See if you can put your hand to the top of your head. 3. Straighten it out and tap the top of your head. And 2. And one more tap. Excellent. Right hand down. And then step back, down dog. Keeping the blocks or not, it's up to you. Heels of the hands on the blocks. Arms are long. Hips are high. Knees are soft. That the right side may be longer than the left or seem so. And the left foot steps up. You're outside the left hand. The hands remain on blocks. The right knee is down. And then you firm the right leg and take it back. Rock a little forward. Find your lunge. Forward and back. Open the back foot. And then knee down. Hard up. And bend your knee. Toe down. Lifting off. And when you lift off, you're hugging the muscle toward the bone of the right thigh. You're keeping the left hip quiet. And all of this is creating a connection between your pelvis and your feet. Heart forward. 2. Really remarkable in how this can change the way we think as we move. Lift your hips a little and then forward. Lift up, hug the thighs, and bend. And then as you like, we'll do 5 little quick ones. Up and down. Inhale, exhale, in, out, in. And bending, find your lunge, left hand on left thigh, revolve. Hug the thighs, firm the legs, left hand high, and a little circle. Opening the left side, arm left side, chest. Right leg so strong. So you've built a foundation and now the left hand can play. And bring your hand to the top of your head, which opens the left side waist, and lift it up. And tap your head, turn the body, lift it up. Firm your right leg, tap your head, open it up, and set it downward facing dog. Hands stay on blocks, walk it out. And feel the left hand, left shoulder, left heel. Excellent. The space in my legs creates space in my lungs. I can feel it. Walk your feet up. Set your blocks aside and get your strap. So it's a similar start to what we did at the end of our autumn series. You'll take your strap wide enough to come up over the chest. All the way down and all the way up. So as long as the strap needs to be, as long as the strap needs to be, so that you can move without changing your expression, without gritting your teeth, without frowning, and without popping one shoulder first. And then let it get a little bit bigger, rounding down and lifting up. Our fascia, our connective tissue, is actually liquid crystal. And it carries light. So it's as though you are made of these just millions of little optic cables. Hands up, over to the right, across the center. And the reason we start thinking differently, when we begin moving differently, is we're creating better, cleaner, clearer currents as we open the fascia, the connective tissue, these fiber optics of information. And in that information, when I am plugged in from my hips to my heels and I feel the ground reverse direction, I'm plugged into a knowing I'm loved. I'm loved. And I can't fall out, that I'm accepted, that I'm here. And in the here, now I can start to dream and desire and want and not want. And then I act. Good. To one side, bend your elbow. To the other side, bend your elbow. 5, 4. So the top elbow bends, the bottom elbow is straight. And wag your tail. Good. Take it behind you and wrap it in one time. Now hands are hip distance. And sit your seat down. And as you lift your hips, lift your hands so you can feel all the way to the tips of your toes, a little bit side to side. Bending one knee, straighten the other. Awaken our legs. Hands to your hips. Sit down, heart forward, stand tall. Lift the hands. Good. Hands down, sit the hips, fold over, and sit down. Rise up, sit down, fold over, inhale, sit down, exhale, rise up, inhale, sit down. One more. Excellent. Sit down. Rise up. And you let go of the strap and turn your palms forward and notice. Hug your heels a little bit. Notice. Step back, shake it out. We'll build our tree. And we'll feel the current that runs through. So step your left foot forward and your right knee up. And pause. And now anchor from your navel through your left hip, through your left heel, right to your left toes, and draw your right knee high. Use your hands, draw your right knee high. This is how we began, on our backs. Firm the legs. Left hand high. So we're not gripping the floor anymore, we're plugging in. We're plugging in. And let go. Turn your palms forward, hug your heels, knees are soft. Regroup. I am this. Very physical. Shake it out. We'll step the right foot up and the left knee rises. So right, left knee up. Stay. Hug it in. Right heel down. Plug yourself in. And what you're plugging into is a certainty of acceptance. You're plugging into a welcome. Here I am, welcoming my body. Left knee up, right heel down, right hand high. We open our hips and our legs in our standing so we can really be in this welcome. I am here. And let it go. Heel down, palms turn forward. Hug your heels, knees are soft. Regroup. Your face, your shoulders, and your chest are completely soft. And you're opening through the low abdomen. Step back, shake it out. Such an incredible, generous, kind, welcoming pose. Step up, and we'll build tree. So right knee comes up. Draw your knees to your chest. If that's it for you, you work here. Or turn your right knee out and stand your right foot into your left inner thigh. Set your gaze on one point. Put your right hand on your right thigh. Move it open. Left hand on left ribs. Now plug into the left heel. Plug into the right heel. Stand on your legs. Stand on yourself. Have your own back. And the wobbling is building strength. Left hand high. Right knee back. Spread your left fingers. Good. And then gently put it down. Turn your palms forward and stand. Hug your heels softly and let it through. An upward current of support. Soften your face and your shoulders. Your upper body is effortless. I regroup to remember how supported I am. Not just to take care of myself, but to take care of myself so I remember there's more for me. Shake it out. Right foot, left knee rises. And knee up. Work there, or sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. Heels into the floor and into the thigh. Stand in both feet. Left hand, left thigh goes back. This is us on the floor, right? So draw your right ribs back. Your right toes are long and soft. Plug in. Rather than holding on, plug in. Right hand up. Thumb points back, fingers splayed wide. Plug in. And can you find a little breath in the softness? Let it wobble. Let it wobble. Let it wobble. And bring it down. And turn your palms forward. And let your heels hug in lightly and the upper body opens. And shake it out. Right? One then the other. Super simple. Gotta use what we made. You can work right there, or thumb first, fingertips touch. Yep. So this can be plenty because this is really moving things around. You can put your hands straight out like you were doing your mounted climbers as we were, right? Knee toward the chest. Or thumb first, fingertips touch to your shoulders, hands up with your knee up. And as you go up, it's inhale. And as you go down, it's your exhale. We'll go 21. Let your elbows thump against the body. Plug into the floor. Use everything we did. Put it together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep wide. Inhale up. Little cups. Wag your tail. Plug into the floor. Tap your heels. And then widen down. I am a being of light. Hug your heels. And guided by light, supported by light, created in light. It just starts to radiate in all directions. Widen your feet, wag your tail, move it out a little side to side. So one option, hand to shin or hand to knee. And then be very light and maybe to the floor. And begin to revolve your chest towards your thigh. Looking up over your shoulder, fold and unfold through the center body. Open. 10, 9. Shake out your fingertips. Excellent. One more. Bring your feet together, sweep yourself wide. Inhale up, hug the heels. Hold the breath in. And all the way out. Palms face forward, heels hug in, knees are soft. Gather that light. All the connective tissue just singing, right? An ease in the feet, an ease in the ankles, an ease in the knees, wag your tail. A little thump out, little wag of it, loosen it. Hands behind your head. So we've done the legs, we've done the navel, done the chest. Put your hands, we'll start here, loosening. So we're just working the energy up through the physical body that's prepared for us. And you can use your hands and just collide with the body. thumping through the side ribs, and then bringing it up to the fronts of the shoulders, the front of the chest. Dozens of lymph nodes through the sides and the chest. So that's option one. Works well. You can work right there, spinning, or hands to the shoulders, or interlace your hands at the base of the skull, knees soft. Inhale left, exhale right. Elbows back, armpits open. Feel it open the front of the pelvis, up under the diaphragm. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hands up high, make little points with your first fingers, the other fingers clasp like a little steeple, and then quick. Revolve through the ribs, spinning through the middle. All the way out of the upper back, upper spine. Plug into your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the center, step your feet together, in and up. Little wriggle, up, 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 like you're shimmying into a wetsuit, and then widen out. Palms face forward, heels hug lightly, chest is broad. Good. Last place for the physical body is just to gently and consistently open the front body. So have 2 blocks next to you. The blanket or a pillow or a folded towel goes at the top. We want to do this in a particular order, otherwise it gets to be a bit of a circus. So I'll take 1 block on its belly underneath my shoulder blades, and I can reach the other one. It's within reach. So I'm finding the space of the block right underneath. Here's my heart space. The block is beneath it. My head is supported. If I need more, I double the blanket over under my head. And you walk your feet under your knees, lift a bit, put the block on its belly under your low back, under your sacrum, right towards the tail. And you find that you're supported. So find the space that feels right. Like your head is right, your chest is right, your hips are right. So now your spine is like a little bridge. Arms widen or overhead, and then the legs slowly walk out. The toes point up. And as you breathe deeply, standing in your feet, the toes lightly turned in. Action in the legs as though standing, and you have this beautiful supported back bend. Fingers are soft, into the belly. And out of the belly, into the belly, and out of the belly. One more. We'll add on. So breathing into the belly, pause. And now add the ribs like a yawn or a sigh. Hold it, let it open you, and exhale it all the way out. Ribs and belly. Into belly, into ribs. Out ribs, out belly. Go again. Add the collarbones, so go belly, pause. Ribs, pause. Collarbones like smelling the rain. Pause big, a little wriggle, and then out the collarbones, out the chest, out the belly. Again, belly, ribs, collarbones, pausing, out collarbones, ribs, and belly. One more, belly, ribs, collarbones, pause, collarbones, ribs, belly. Walk your feet in. Plant your feet, lift your hips, take the block from beneath you. Set your hips down, tuck your chin, and support the back of your head. Arms wide, knees can go in, heels wide, legs can go straight, or soles of the feet can touch. And we'll just do 3 of the full body breath. So exhaling all the way, in the belly, in the ribs, in the collarbones, all the way out. Again. One more. Normal breathing. Softening the face, the skin around the eyes, the lips and jaw, a hint of a smile. Softening the neck and the throat, the shoulders, chest, the arms and the feet are heavy, and the belly opens. Letting the breath loosen and deepen. 1 minute. Plant your feet, and then hips to the left and turn to the right. Take your time and rise. So here your options are to move your blocks and lie back down in your Shavasana. Even if that's it for today, I'd give it just 2 minutes totally flat, because right now the front of the chest is up and you might be a little bit wired if you just went straight into the day. So you could just lie back. We'll all pause for a beat just to feel how the heart drops back into the body. So tempting just to stay there. Miraculous. Stay if you like. If that's your practice for today, fantastic. We're going to do what's called breath of life. And the breath of life practice is that the hands almost touch, and they're going to have a little pulse. Each one, so we're going to go in the mouth, the lips are pursed, and then out the nose. And we'll go in 5 times through the pursed lips, and we'll go out 5 times through the nose. And I'll do one round just so you can see. We're going super simple. For today, we'll do 5 minutes, and we're going to build up to 11 minutes. And then we'll sit for 5 minutes afterwards, just in quiet, letting it establish itself. So the body is open, aware, and a conduit now. And with this breath, we're balancing the mind, the subtle body. We're becoming available to the intelligence of life, bringing in a little more through the mouth than we are exhaling through the nose. And you're going to feel kind of an increase in sensation. If it becomes a lot, just pause and take a normal breath. Put your palms together. And this will settle you back in your body, and then you join in. If you feel a little lightheaded, it's natural. If you feel a lot lightheaded, put your palms together or lie down. And that's why we'll just start with 5 today. Right, so find a little pulse. Shoulders soft. Face soft. Maybe the arms strengthen. One minute to go. Last round. Inhale. Widen your hands, widen, 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 widen. Little shimmy into the seat, turn your head, nothing stuck, go tall. Reach. Be still. And all the way down, palms turning open. Thumb first, fingertip touch. A circuit is made. Without movement, feel the sensation of a smile at your mouth. Without movement, feel the sensation of a smile at your eyes. Without movement, feel the sensation of a smile in your brain. Without movement, feel the sensation of a smile in your lungs. Without movement, feel the sensation of a smile in your heart, in your organ, the warm, strong, muscular action of the heart. As though it was smiling. Without movement, bring the smile to your intestines, inner organs, the function carries your fire. Until without movement in the last 30 seconds, without movement, the whole body smiles. Mouth, eyes, brain, lungs, heart, guts, smiling. And a breath in, and a sigh out. Sweep wide breathing in. And palms together down to the chest. Breath out. And we'll close with an Om, A-U-M, sweep wide, inhale. Smiling. Namaste. So lovely. This is how I regroup at the end of the day. So lovely to share it with you. It'll be up on the same page that you found the Zoom link. The replay will be there. So hit it up. And I will see you so soon. Unmute and say goodbye. Say hello. Tell me what you need more of. Tell me if I wasn't regrouped at all. What's that about?